Let's talk about downmixing. These settings are extremely important as they will shape the sound of an Atmos mix in other formats. To properly use downmix control settings, you need to understand how they work and how they affect the sound. Low-row is a standard setting. With this setting, a 7.1 downmix is used to create a 5.1 downmix, and a stereo downmix is generated from the 5.1 downmix. With this setting, side speakers in Atmos become rear speakers in 5.1, while the sounds located between the side speakers and the rear speakers in Atmos will always play back from the rear speakers in 5.1. Direct render doesn't use intermediate 7.1 down mix, and side speakers in Atmos are replaced by phantom center between the front and the rear speakers in 5.1. When I move the sound source in Atmos from the front speakers to the rear, you can see that in the 5.1 down mix, the signal gradually becomes quieter in the front speakers and becomes louder in the rear. Direct render with room balance also doesn't use intermediate 7.1 down mix, but it works pretty much like low-row. Regular direct render can create comp filtering, and direct render with room balance was designed to avoid this issue. There is also Pro Logic 2X, but it is not really relevant for music. For music, Dolby and UMG recommend using direct render without room balance, with trims set to 0. You also must remember that the settings you choose for the 5.1 down mix will affect the sound of the stereo down mix. Atmos allows engineers to monitor the mix in different formats and tune how down mixes will sound, and you don't need to do remixes, which is very useful. There is also a trick you can do in Nuendo and Cubase. I can route my main Atmos bus into a stereo bus. This way I can mix Atmos and stereo at the same time, add plugins and do stereo mastering all in the same project. But that's not all. Nuendo and Cubase have built-in downmix plugin, and I can directly convert Atmos into stereo. Sometimes I prefer to use it for the final stereo mix, because it allows me to control the LFE channel. You can hear that the signal from the LFE contains only low-end information from the kick and the bass, and I like to blend it in with the rest of the stereo mix. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.